All right, what is your view on Western medicine?
Overall view on Western medicine is pretty good. I'm pretty optimistic about our technologies that we have today, as far as treating cancer and HIV patients, treating multiple sclerosis, breast cancer, that sort of thing. I'm very positive about that. I'm also I have another take on Western medicine, that the prescription drugs that are put out each year, like I have acid reflux disease, and it's horrible. It's something I work through each week. Maybe it could be on a day-to-day basis, depending on what I eat, how much I exercise. But I have a pretty positive outlook on Western medicine. I just don't have a positive outlook on all the prescription drugs that are put out on the market these days. Something they give you that might cure acid reflux may also cause weight gain, or liver disease, or seizures, or I quit taking the acid reflux because of one of the side effects was I was gaining some weight from it, and I didn't like that at all. And I also was on Lexapro for a very short period of time. That also made me gain weight. I was on Lexapro for anxiety. So when it comes to technology, yes, I'm all for Western medicine, but when it comes to these different drugs that they put on the market, these new drugs that treat one thing but cause eight different other symptoms or other diseases, I don't agree with that. Especially when we have marijuana out there that is it's nature's own, and there's absolutely no side effects, and the only side effect I know of it makes you hungry. And I tell you what, I get pretty hungry on it because I've used medical marijuana before.
When was the last time you saw a doctor?
Actually, I saw a doctor Tuesday night. I had an allergic reaction. I was at home by myself. I had an allergic reaction to how's that camera, Bruce? Okay.
Oh yeah.
I had an allergic reaction 2 nights ago, Tuesday night. I don't know where it came from, what it was, but I broke out in a rash. I mean, the rash was all over my body. I had these welts all over my body, my head, my face, and then all of a sudden, within a few minutes, my lips began to swell, and my throat began to I was suffocating. I couldn't breathe. So I hobbled my way across next door to my neighbor. She called 911. I was carted away in an ambulance. Spent the next 3 or 4 hours at the ER, and they put an IV in my arm. As you can see, there's the IV mark. I don't know if you can tell, but pumped me up with some Benadryl and some kind of steroid, and I was pretty much back to normal 2 days later. So the last time I was at the ER was Tuesday night.
How often do you go to the doctor?
Well, I don't really. In a situation like Tuesday night, that's about the only time I go to the doctor. If it's serious, if I feel like I'm about to die, then I'll go to the doctor. Other than that, I don't regularly see a physician. I am my own physician, I guess. I generally take my own blood pressure, say at one of the pharmacies, and then just go from there. If I'm not sick, if I'm not ill, I don't go to the doctor.
Do you believe that medical cures have to be proven scientifically?
I don't think medical cures have to be proven scientifically, but I do feel like that the statistics and the outcome of these cures need to be disclosed to the public. It needs to be open information. As far as, if it works for one, it might not work for 100. If you have a medical cure that's 1 out of 100, I think those are pretty good signs. As far as scientifically proven, no. But I do think that if you are going to market it and you're going to sell it to the public in any kind of fashion, any kind of way, then I do think that statistics of that cure need to be disclosed to the public. I think everybody should have a way to do their own investigation.
Do alternative lifestyles or medicine play a part in your life?
Not really. I don't really use a lot of alternative medicines, unless you call marijuana alternative medicine. I truly believe that it's an alternative medicine just because it grows wild. It's all natural. I have used medical marijuana. Well, I'm calling it medical marijuana now. It was my medical marijuana. Now it wasn't, quote, medical marijuana. I was using it for medicinal purposes, but I used it because maybe I had the flu and I was having a hard time eating, so I would use that to I would smoke a little ingest some marijuana, and within 20-30 minutes later I'm raiding the fridge. I mean, there's some good signs. There's some good of it and there's some bad of it. Once it does get my appetite flowing, the appetite, I don't really know when to stop. But I've also used it for anxiety attacks. Now, like I said, I have never been diagnosed with depression. I've never been diagnosed with having high anxiety. But I feel that I do have a little bit of depression. I feel that when I am down, when I'm feeling a little down, if I can just smoke a little joint, which I don't smoke on a regular basis, but if somebody was to stop by my place and say, hey, just smoke a joint or smoke a bowl, I would smoke a bowl with some marijuana, and I'm feeling like a brand new man, and it's not just a temporary feeling. I'm feeling good. Not only am I feeling good, but I'm eating, so I'm fat and happy.
What's your opinion of alternative medicine? If you had a life-threatening illness, would you go to a medical doctor or try alternative remedies?
I don't know. I don't really know a lot about alternative medicine. I'm not, and this is the last time I'm going to say, about the only alternative medicine that I right now believe in is marijuana. I believe that's alternative. But as far as other extreme alternative practices, I don't really know a lot about it, and I'm a little bit skeptical. I mean, I think it would just depend on my situation. If I had a life-threatening illness and I went to a couple of doctors over here, got an opinion, got a second opinion, and they feed me to the sharks and say, look, there's really nothing we can do for you. You're in this stage of this disease, and we can do this, we can do that, but there's really nothing we can do for you. And someone from India crossed my path and says, look, I have something that could potentially help you, and this may be a little bit extreme, but I'm willing to help you. I may be able to save your life. And after talking to someone like that, I would say I would totally be open-minded for an alternative way to treat my disease, or to treat whatever disease I had. Totally open-minded. If it's going to save my life, totally.
Do you consider yourself to be physically fit and healthy?
Well, I eat healthy. I don't exercise I'm an off and on exerciser. Like here in the last week, I've really been I've been exercising a lot. Prior to that, I would say the last 3-4 weeks, I haven't really been exercising that much. I think that comes along with maybe the little bit of depression kicks in, and I'm not really motivated. But prior to a month ago, say 2 months ago, and prior to that, I was really exercising. I was really fit. I was probably in the best shape I've been in a few years. I had gained about 215 pounds, and I had knocked that weight down to about 190. So in the last 3 or 4 weeks now, I've gained probably 10 of that back, or maybe 15 of that back. I eat healthy. My blood pressure's fine. I wished I was a lot more healthier than I am. I smoke cigarettes, and I probably smoke about a pack every 2 or 3 days, and that's one health conscience habit that I have that I would really love to quit.
Tell me about your diet. What's a typical meal?
Oh, my typical meal, say for breakfast, would be a couple of eggs, some wheat toast, or maybe a high-protein kashi cereal, low-fat milk. For lunch, usually a tuna on a pita pocket. I got this thing with potato chips, so I like a good barbecue potato chip or sour cream and onion potato chip with my sandwich. It's like chips and sandwich. I don't know what it is. I guess it's from since I was a kid. For dinner, usually something grilled chicken, a broiled steak, white rice. Always include a green vegetable. On the weekends now, I do seem to splurge. I like my hamburgers. I love my bratwurst. But overall, during 5 days a week, I eat very healthy. Grilled chicken, white rice, and a green vegetable. And on the weekend, I let myself go a little bit. I love biscuits and gravy, and that is that's actually a no-no. But I'll splurge on some biscuits and gravy on a Sunday morning.
Do you have any bad habits or health concerns you'd eventually like to change?
Oh yes, the one bad health habit I have is smoking cigarettes. This is a bad health habit. For some reason, I love smoking. I don't know what it is about smoking. It's just like it kind of relaxes me. But then times have been tough, and when you don't have a cigarette, I go through these nicotine withdrawals, and it's just horrible. I would also like to maybe change my. Like I said before, I have good blood pressure. It's good most of the times, but sometimes it gets up there in the numbers. But I would like to maybe find a way to maintain that good level of blood pressure all the time. Quit smoking is one of my. It's a bad habit, a very unhealthy habit that I would love to just stop, because I used to run 3 miles a day. Now I barely run in 3 blocks. You know what I mean?